This new series is thanks to everyone who's asked for budget EDC and tech accessories. Unfortunately, this ain't it. Yet. Unless you're balling out, because this month's theme is best accessories under $75. So let's check it out.
After 30 years of living, I found the perfect solution to this. If you're like me, you carry a few cards, ID, credit, maybe transit, a few keys to the several homes you own, and these damn door fobs you have to carry with you to get into anywhere safely. Now, back in 2021, you had to carry a wallet and a keychain. That's like so retro. Thankfully, that's where this Frenchie Co speed key saves the day. Mainly made of an eco-friendly Italian leather with a structured frame built into it, it's the minimalist dream wallet that you didn't know you needed. I've personally used it for several months now, and I will admit it's so close to perfect if it weren't for these terrible screws. Otherwise, the whole design is super functional without sacrificing on aesthetics. The rigid base makes storing keys actually usable, combined with the plastic shell so your keys don't ruin everything, and finishing it off with this surprisingly durable sheet of leather to clean it all up. Unfortunately, all that goodness only to have these damn screws ruin the whole experience. Fortunately, it's not a deal breaker unless you have like really tiny thumbs, but using a pair of pliers to tighten them down does the job and allows you to finally say you know how to use a power tool. Once screwed in place though, you're ready to roll. Hidden, silent, yet still easily accessible. However, the true benefit is this. Never having to buy extra pockets to store your keys and phone in separately anymore, they can make all the love they want without leaving any scars behind, physically or emotionally. And yeah, I'm even able to fit those damn key fobs in as well, never having to even remove them to use, as I can tap each side independently depending on where I am. And thanks to the clever cutouts and stiff plastic frame, you can single-handedly jam your doorknob while holding your mocha frap in the other hand. Of course, that's only half the fun with a single pocket designed for 2 cards on the other side, and while I don't recommend stretching it too much, I'm actually able to comfortably fit 4 cards inside after several months of breaking it in. Everything stays snug with a giant cutout on the bottom to slip your finger through and access your Subway gift card on the fly. All that in a sleek and simple looking wallet that doesn't scream it's some spy gadget, but still withstanding quite a bit of back pocket abuse, like it was designed to handle your dad's jeans. And to think, replacing 2 items for 1 and still being just as thin as your phone. Mind blown. This next one is from the partner of the video, Casetify, and their new impact cases for the Samsung Z Flip 3, which adds to the line of their already insanely protective cases we've tested before, but don't worry, even when split in half, it still passed my drop test, no problemo. More details on that in a bit, because first things first, taking a look at the case itself, let's pop in an actual Z Flip 3, wabam. The edges smoothly snap in place, and for being 2 separate pieces, it stays fairly snug for the most part. But if you're really worried about your butterfingers, they do include these stickers to ensure the case ain't going anywhere. Plus, you'll never forget it's a Casetify case with their signature black ring around the camera that also doubles as added protection for those eyeballs, keeping it slightly raised from licking your table while still providing plenty of access for your secret selfies. It's also thin enough that you can still slow charge to your heart's content. Proper cutouts throughout the rest of the case, and plenty of space for even the largest of thumbs to access the fingerprint reader. But in the end, what matters is how well this cute AF case can actually keep your fancy folding phone protected. So combining the hardback shell, soft rubber edges with this goopy Chi-Tech 2.0 shock absorbing gel on the inside, and a generous lip around the front, keeping the screen lifted when you decide to go ham, I can confidently say their claims of handling drops of up to 5 feet for a folding phone, well, is true. I did a few extra just to be safe, and honestly, it just feels good throwing an Android around because I knew the case could handle it. Everything is still working, no scratches or dents anywhere, but just to be sure, yeah, I recommend you leave the testing to me, but just know it can handle being tossed across the room when you rage quit at Candy Crush again. However, Casetify is also known for their unique designs, and this series is no different, offering collabs with artists, customizable monograms, and just their classic personalizable options. But they've also got a full range of designs to choose from if none of that floats your boat. Finally, as someone who hates touching public doorknobs, the Impact series includes an antimicrobial coating, which eliminates 99% of bacteria and prevents it from sticking to the case in the first place. Combine that with the fact it's made with 65% recycled material, you'll actually feel good about picking up this case. Better yet, with so many designs to choose from, go to casetify.com/accessorize me for 15% off your order. Links in the description down below. Another 2-in-1 for the EDC gearheads that love their flashlights and pens that they never seem to use. This is the OLIGHT Open 2 pen that, if you haven't guessed, has an LED built into it. Thankfully, it's not some gimmicky toy, as it's built from an aluminum frame, keeping it light yet durable, and has the most fidgety of pen clickers in a bolt action style. Unfortunately, they use proprietary ink refills, but I didn't have any issues designing my masterpieces with it. It's smooth, didn't bleed, and had a consistent flow. However, that's only half the story, because up top is a 120 lumen LED. It utilizes a click and hold action to shuffle through the 4 brightness levels, and while it won't replace the sun, it does make for a perfect work light in a pinch, especially when you consider it splits in 2, allowing you to still fill in your diary while hiding under the sheets. But thanks to the built-in clip, it also doubles as a useful hands-free light when sneaking around incognito mode. Thankfully, it is rechargeable via USB-C because it's 2022 and it's completely waterproof, something I didn't know I needed in a pen, which makes it one of the best EDC pens to have with you at all times, as you don't have to worry about smacking it around anymore. The etched-in design does offer a bit of grip, nothing groundbreaking, but it does give a cool vortex bullet-like vibe. It does include an additional ink refill, and in case you haven't bought any electronics in the last 8 years, don't worry, its own USB-C cable as well. I'll be the first to admit a pry bar isn't my typical EDC, but they call the WESN MT a modern Swiss Army knife. And given how much it can do in just a metal frame, I'd have to agree. Made of a single piece of titanium, it can take whatever beating you throw at it, even after midnight. That being said, don't let its simple wireframe design fool you. The fact it's lacking substance is a benefit, making it lighter and surprisingly more grippy. Great for when you need to use the included flathead to tighten any loose screws, or use the bottle opener, because is it really a EDC tool if it didn't have a bottle opener? But the bread and butter is the bottom half of it with its sloped finish. It makes for a super useful scraper that I find myself using on every video shoot, and also just a tough pry bar, so I never have to ruin my manicure again. All that though, in what feels like is lighter than my house key, which is perfect because it blends right into them as well. With its open body design, it's basically one large oddly shaped keyring that allows you to access any of the tools with just a simple flick of the wrist. Now this is the funnest EDC and tech combo I've tested in a long time. For anyone that's ever wanted to solve a Rubik's Cube on their own and can just throw money at something to figure it out, there's the GoCube, basically a smart Rubik's Cube, mainly because you connect it to your phone and access a wide range of games, challenges, and of course, a built-in solver, taking you step by step, tracking your every move until wha-bam. Now you know, money can buy you happiness. The companion app is a must, as it tracks your stats as you progress, basically like a workout tracker, but for your fingers and your mind. The coolest part though is it also tracks the cube's movement in real time, so no matter how bad you mess up, it'll always know how to take you home one spin at a time. However, with patience and a few YouTube videos, you could probably learn how to solve it on your own. What makes the GoCube stand out and actually useful is once you take the time to go through their learning academy, they offer a range of other fun features like being able to challenge others around the world to test your big brain energy. But if you can't afford Wi-Fi, they also have a range of offline games, like playing a piano with a Rubik's Cube. The cube itself is comfortable thanks to the rounded edges and corners, not your official tournament style design, but definitely more approachable for beginners. It also feels fairly sturdy, with each spin snapping into place perfectly and every square staying snug in its frame, so it can easily handle your failure and rage quitting. The battery life is rated for 60 hours, but the included charger comes with a cool stand that you just simply pop it into, making it easy to pull out and show off how much money you spent to finally say you can solve a Rubik's Cube.
Comment down below if I should do under $50 or under $20 for next month's episode. But that's it. I rest my smart Rubik's Cube.